A trip to a melting glacier will shape how the BBC's new climate editor, Justin Rowlatt, reports on the story of climate change.
You cannot help but be awed by the scale of Antarctica, the great white continent.
I visited just before the pandemic struck, and it is impossible not to feel humbled in the presence of something that seems so much bigger and more powerful than you.
But that sensation is an illusion.
When we finally flew over the front of the enormous glacier after weeks of traveling, I found myself staring down at an epic vision of shattered ice.
As I wrote at the time, it felt like I'd reached the front line of climate change. A place where the equilibrium that has held our world in balance for thousands of years was slipping and crashing.
Satellite monitoring shows that the overall rate of ice loss from West Antarctica has increased five-fold over a 25-year period. This one glacier, Thwaites Glacier, alone now accounts for 4% of global sea level rise.
Needless to say, this acceleration is a result of us humans polluting the air with greenhouse gases. That fact explodes any impression that the ice is overwhelming. The opposite is true, we are overwhelming the ice.
I was surprised how moved I was by what I'd seen. In the weeks it took to travel home, I tried to process my emotions.
I thought about the men and women who had set our camp, who flew the planes, cooked the meals, processed the rubbish and groomed the ice runways. And I thought about the scientists who have been studying the processes at work for decades.
Our research trip was only possible because of a huge chain of human enterprise culminating with the hardworking people in the UK and US whose taxes paid for it all.
As I flew back to the UK, I reflected how it is often claimed that selfishness, greed and conflict are the hallmarks of humanity, but that is wrong.